Hello everyone, back with another Turbo review. This time I'm going to be reviewing somebody else's Turbo game of Shamwow. He's playing Chaos Turbo, obviously, versus a player called Lux73. I have no information on this player, and I don't know if Shamwow has any information on this player, so I will assume blind matchup for the purposes of this review. Okay, so Sham wins rock, paper, scissors. Okay, so having duo dust shoot is obviously very good in situations where you might not know the matchup, so here I'm just using duo 100% of the time in an unknown matchup. He hits the Warrior Lady, and Chaos Sorcerer is discarded. So what kind of information does that give? It could be Chaos Turbo with Attack DD Warrior Lady. It could be some kind of control deck. Chaos Control is one that plays those two cards. Could be Warriors sometimes, very rarely, but they could play Chaos Sorcerer. Regardless, that is not going to matter for our decision here. You're just going to use Thunder Dragon. I'm going to set book just in case. I don't know, there could be Donzalug potentially. I don't know, Rhoda, Donzalug. Is there ever a case for summoning Breaker here? There could be. Like, just summon Breaker with Dust Shoot and Book seems pretty reasonable. But standard is just Dust Shoot, Book. Holding Book is an option. You don't necessarily have to set it. Like, if there's Donzalug, it could just hit either TD Breaker, TD Book, and you'd be fine with any of those. Even hitting BLS is not the worst. He just goes with the Dust Shoot. I'm cool with like pretty much all the options here, including the Summon Breaker line, but this is fine. So flips it right away, and unfortunately sees a monsterless hand. It's gonna happen sometimes. Looks for upstart. Plays the Charity. Discards Duo Solemn. Interesting. Sets a monster and a back row. And here's no Dust Shoot. So the only card that's known now is Nobleman. I think the play here is pretty clear. It's just going to be Summon Breaker. It's still possible for this back row to just be a second Solemn. He discarded one Solemn, but if he like had two Solemns, he could have just discarded one Solemn and leave himself with one. So Breaker is just huge value here. No real point of setting Spy into the no knock. And obviously Breaker into Ring is just game with BLS Book. He set knock. Very bad play. Do not randomly bluff for no reason. Especially really, really good cards like knock. So Hidden to Faith, he takes Charity. I think we have to set the Book of Moon here. Still don't really know what kind of deck this guy's on. We see upstart, so it's starting to lean more toward some kind of chaos control. Sets a monster. So we obviously see the Thunder Dragon BLS play here, along with Book for BLS, and doesn't even have knock to knock the BLS when we book it. But we're going to start with upstart, which finds Dekoichi. Yeah, I'm just going BLS here. Actually, trying not to be biased on seeing the stats of the set Sangan. We see that he sets a monster without using the charity. So it's not Magician of Faith, right? Because if it was Magician of Faith, he obviously would have used charity. So it could be stuff like Dekoichi, Spy, Sangan trying to find Serpent. And dropping BLS into charity is not like amazing. Also, another thing is that if Lux has BLS or finds BLS and banishes our BLS, we have no answers to that BLS. I think for that reason alone, I'm actually going to choose not to go BLS. I'm just going to attack the monster, and which I would set Spy or Dekoichi. I guess I would make that decision in main phase 2. But seeing as they're still tribe, I would probably go for Dekoichi. He chooses the aggressive line with BLS, which is obviously completely fine. But again, does leave you very vulnerable to opponent BLS, and obviously some combinations of cards like Heavy Storm plus some other stuff. So he uses the charity, which tosses Suki Book. Both were useless in this situation. And there is BLS here. I would hope that Lux goes for the banish here and is not attacking. He does. Sets a monster in a back row and ends. So we take our draw phase. We find knock. So the BLS is such a huge problem here that we actually just have to use book knock on the BLS. Is there an optimal line for doing that? Is he more likely to use Solemn in main phase 2 or main phase 1? He's probably more likely to Solemn in main phase 2, so I would just book knock right here. He chooses the main phase 2. And now, do we set Spy or Dekoichi? So tribe is no longer an issue for the Spy because opponent has their own spies on the field. Well, what happens next turn? We don't have any information on hand. The likely play next turn is just going to be pass turn from opponent. And in that case, I would probably want Dekoichi rather than flipping spy. So I'm gonna set to Koichi. He goes for spy, which gets knocked. Okay, we draw a very good card. Just use it. Which finds Knight Assailant, Jar of Greed. Play here is just Koichi Jar. Gets MST'd. Sets back row ends. We go. Do we care about Dust Shoot? Let's see. If we happen to find like Chaos Sorcerer, Tribe, Sook, there's a lot of things that we can draw that we would care about Dust Shoot. You could technically go priority pitch Thunder Dragon in those cases, but it's pretty suboptimal. And I don't really want to set Mirror Force right now. Let me see, MST's gone. Is Breaker gone? Breaker's not gone, so there's still Breaker Storm. I'm just gonna flip. I'm just gonna flip without playing around Dust Shoot. He goes for the set Mirror Force, which finds Knight Assailant. You have to set that Knight Assailant. Opponent sets 2. Our Storm is still in deck. We find Solemn. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can keep Knight Assailant set Solemn, and just end turn like that. Or you can set the second Knight Assailant along with Solemn with the intention of destroying both spies with both Knight Assailants. That play does get pretty owned by like Torrential. And it also wastes our resources. It does force Lux to have a play by next turn though. And if we don't do that, what happens? We basically end up waiting to just find spy outs, which could come next turn or it could come in 10 turns. Actually a tough spot. Yeah, I really don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go with set Knight Assailant and Solemn past turn. He chooses the line of waiting. Finds Torrential. Well, once you've chosen this line, you're just going to keep waiting. Probably just go for the set Torrential. So we find a spy answer with the Chaos Sorcerer. However, in order to actually summon this Chaos Sorcerer, you have to overcommit. There's no way that you're going to... Actually, there's just no way to summon the Chaos Sorcerer, because you can't discard Thunder Dragon and also tribute a Dark for it. So I'm starting to kind of think that maybe the Knight Assailant really was the better play, and that was the play I did choose. You can't do anything here. You just have to keep passing now. Will we continue to play around Dust Shoot by maybe setting this Knight Assailant now? I mean, you can, and have backup Chaos Sorcerer in case of Torrential. I guess you probably said Night Assailant here. So he just gives up and is like, I'm done playing around Dust Shoot, I'm just gonna take it. Interestingly, he flips up a Dust Shoot that he just drew. And there appears to be no chain Dust Shoot. So there was never a Dust Shoot down there. So send Serp to the deck. I guess we just continue to pass turn. Another back row. Is it another Dust Shoot? Appears not. Just gotta set that Faith. Sets monster. We go and draw Sorcerer. It's just gonna have to be. I'm wondering if it's possible that we couldn't go flip Faith and use Torrential. I think there's no reason to do that because you can still do that after using Pot with the Night Assailant. So I'm gonna go flip Faith, take Pot, and try to resolve Pot. So we go Solemn on the Pot. There's potentially one Solemn remaining for Lux. Let me think about this for a second. It's another tough spot. Whether you Solemn back or not. I really want to see 2 new cards, but you don't have to. That's the thing here. But I want to. Yeah, I'm going to Solemn. He chooses to let it go, and that's fine. So he just goes Night Assailant. I wonder where we're going with this. Like, what's really the plan if these spies just continue to stay in defense? To draw Tribe? I guess he doesn't feel like he needs to do anything, which he does not. BLS is gone. Okay, so he's doing something weird now. He's putting the spies in attack mode, and I'm not really sure why. Obviously I can't see his cards, but yeah, he's just playing into Mirror Force here. Even if his attacks went through on Faith and Night Assailant, that gives us Light and Dark. So I can't really picture this being the correct play. Oh yeah, that's just terrible. I think that just loses the game for him automatically. And we obviously just allow this because we don't care about our Light and Dark going to graveyard. So how do we play here? Mirror Force still exists. Torrential still exists. I think we just attack. And are just fine if we get Torrentialed. I mean Mirror Force. Yeah. Just going to attack. Is that game? 4, 2 is 6. It's not game. Is he gonna summon Chaos Sorcerer? Sorcerer would make it game. I don't know about this. Because if I was gonna summon Sorcerer, I would do it before summoning Sangan. Because he would have to Torrential that Sorcerer. Whereas he doesn't have to Torrential this Sangan. And if you summon Chaos Sorcerer after, then he Torrentials. let's see what his play is. So his play is just to attack, and I would prefer. I don't really care about this 1,000, so I would not do this. I would just attack with the other guys, and then main phase 2 be happy with just going defense mode sorcerer, banish, and then set Sangan next to that. So there's no Mirror Force. Is there Book of Moon maybe? Or Sakuretsu. Okay. I think I'm cool just passing here. Which is what he does. Puts the spy in defense mode. Draw Faith. Play is obviously just Chaos Sorcerer, attempt to banish. What? This makes no sense. He showed that he doesn't have Mirror Force. And you'd be safe from Mirror Force anyway, because it's just Sangan and Koichi attacking. So yeah, I'm definitely taking that shot to just win the game right there. Also, Sangan should be in defense mode if this is the line. So I think that was a bit of a missed opportunity. So this is going to be Faith and grab back Pot again. Find Snatch into Dust Shoot. Okay. So let's see here. Either Snatch or Sorcerer. Which one? I'm just gonna go Sorcerer. Well, Sorcerer does play into Torrential, but I don't really see how you lose, so. Okay, so we go for Snatch and he rings. What's the best play here? I mean, he's indicating that he has Mirror Force. So let's pretend that he has Mirror Force 100% of the time. What's the best play? You could summon Thunder Dragon. No, that seems bad. You could just swing into the Mirror Force and then search for let's see, Serpent probably. I guess you just use Upstart to try to find Heavy. Yeah, that's the play. This is an illegal play. It was flipped this turn. Let's see if it's caught in game. Appears it's not getting caught. He's going to Solemn the Scapegoat, and Mirror Force can't be used at all after this, so that's probably going to end the game unless there's a second Scapegoat. So we go to game 2. And we draw the nuts. Alright, this is going to be Thunder Dragon. I would generally start with Pot here before Upstart, just because there's some situations where you might not use the Upstart, but really it doesn't really matter. Okay. I would use the Upstart now, which finds Upstart. Upstart finds card destruction. And yeah, I'm just going to use Charity here. He decides to go for this line, which is fine. He's basically saying, what if my Charity draws like BLS? I would say BLS plus Sorcerer, but that wouldn't matter because then you discard Sorcerer, summon BLS, and have infinite back row for it. But this is okay. I would still Charity though. Just because I'm not completely sure I actually want to get rid of all this. Okay. Guess we go for duo. Which hits Serpent, MST. Go for Charity. Yeah, this is just going to discard Knight Assailant plus... Knight Assailant, probably plus Spy. Discarding Faith is also fine. It like depends on which information you want him to have. But if you discard Faith, you're never setting Faith, and a good player will pick up on that and just know that you're trying to bait them. Yeah, I don't see any other option. There's like Serpent plus something else, but I don't really want to do that. Yeah, so he goes for the play I suggested. And now it's between probably summoning Zumbira and just attacking, or setting Spy. Those are my plays. Let's see, he set this monster turn 1, right? Could technically be Faith, because he would definitely set Faith with this hand if he had Faith. So Faith is possible. I think Spy is like the safest play. Yeah, I'm gonna go Spy Ring, which is what he chooses. So Lux finds the second knock. We're cool with this play. Ooh, that's a good Charity there. Not a good idea to do it in main phase 2 though, because yeah, it's not doing anything. If Shamwow had Mirror Force, he's just going to use it. So his Charity discards Upstart and Serpent. He then sets one back row. We obviously do not use Ring in the end phase, so draw a card. We get Dust Shielded. Tribe sent back. So let's see here. Light Dark exists in Grave. 2 knocks are gone. Zaborg is gone. There could be potential mind control. He did let us keep Magician of Faith in a spot where the graveyard's completely loaded. I think this might just be Zombira attack. Just because it's a tough spot. I feel like if he leaves Faith, he has to have an answer in some way or the game ends, right? So I just want to summon Zombira here to just stabilize this board. And next turn you could also go Sook Zombira to destroy the other spy if you want to. So he goes for the bait play, which is, I thought about it for like a second. I don't like it as much as just summoning Zombira. But let's see how this goes. Just because I don't even like it versus Mind Control that much. I don't know how many spies this guy plays. So, but if it's 3, this would also give him a 3rd spy, and yeah, you don't really accomplish that much. Because then next turn you still can't set Faith because you would have taken 3,600 and you need to protect yourself from dying. Goes for Abyss Soldier priority. So yeah, Zombira would have been better in this situation. So take 24. Why is it Ring on Spy instead of Abyss Soldier? So he's... I don't really see the point of this. You still take 3,000, same amount of damage. Zombira is going to have to attack over Abyss Soldier, and then this spy still goes to defense. If you ring Abyss Soldier, then Zombira can attack over a spy, which is 900 damage instead of 300 damage. Yeah. Also, if you ring Abyss Soldier, you could potentially go for Set Faith, given what you draw. Okay, so he draws BLS, which is excellent. So this is just going to be BLS. BLS attack both, and then Set Fate with Wing Blast. He's going... Wait, what? What does this play around? Because Wing Blast answers Snatch. Yeah, I would have just gone BLS here and Set Faith. he goes Tribe, and now you just have to Wing Blast. Wing Blast on Tribe, which is very bad. Because Tribe answers BLS. Okay. Is there any way to not die here? Zambira dies, Faith would die, so it just has to be set Tsukuyomi to not die. He does not go for it. Wait, is that meta? Yeah, it's meta. Sham have spies engraved? All the spies are gone. I don't know why Lux didn't just summon Tribe. Maybe the back row is something, but Sham could come back into this now. Just set Faith Mirror Force, I think. Top deck's pot. Okay. Tribute for Mobius. That's gonna be game. Why did he attack with Spy into the monster? If that was Night Assailant, that just destroys Mobius. Alright, another good hand. Start off with Pot, which finds Spy Sengen. So if I'm remembering right, Lux has not shown any Thunder Dragons. So keep that in mind when you make this turn's decision. If he were playing Thunder Dragon, I would automatically just use card destruction here. Now you at least have to think about it. So it's going to be between set Spy, set Sengen, or just slam the card destruction. I'm not sure if Sham has his dust shoots in the deck or not. If he does, I would use that as an extra reason to use card destruction. I think all plays are pretty fine here, but let's just see what he chooses. He goes for the card D. Okay. I'm completely fine with that. Let's see what it discarded. Okay. So I have to use Upstart here, because finding Thunder Dragon, Night Assailant, Dust Shoot, Duo are all really, really strong here. And he finds Dust Shoot. So just gonna go for... I'm gonna go for Phoenix Wing Blast, Dust Shoot, and Spy here. And the reason I set Wing Blast is because Serpent is in the graveyard, and Dust Shoot can send away Breaker if necessary. And that's what he does. Flip Dust Shoot, reveals... Okay, so we see the... we see some warriors here. Is there a warrior package that we haven't seen yet? So yeah, you just have to send Breaker here, because that's the whole plan of setting Wing Blast. Which is what he does. use pot. Sets monster and a back row. So there's still no light. So out of the cards we've seen, the set could be Sangan, it could be DD Warrior Lady, and of course set Magician of Faith off the top is a possibility. So draw Thunder Dragon, that's actually very good. So take the Serpent back. Yeah. I can't remember if the back row was known. So yeah, this is all good. And just BLS banish, I assume is his plan. And then Kaiku after. Yeah, tribe gone. Set force. He goes for Sangan into Spy. Okay. Find Serp. So summon Sangan, search Serpent, set Serpent. Okay, I hope Sham realizes that. Okay, he does. Alright, and that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching.